saw our last video about the rake, you know this is where the world's darkest legends come to life. But today, we're telling the story of one of the most tragic and famous legends of all. A story you might have even heard in the darkness of the night. Have you ever been near a river or a body of water at night and heard the sound of a woman crying? Not the cry of a child or an ordinary woman. This cry is full of pain, full of regret. ... That is the sound of Llorona, the woman they say has been wandering this world for 400 years. And do you want to know why? Because she made the biggest mistake of her life. But where did her story truly begin? You need to know what happened to this woman that led to such a tragic fate. They say in the 17th century, a beautiful indigenous woman named Maria married a Spanish nobleman. Theirs was a passionate love, and they were blessed with 2 beautiful sons. But life was not kind to them. Maria's Spanish husband, after several years, fell in love with a wealthy Spanish woman. One day, he came to Maria and said, "I am divorcing you to marry this woman, and I am taking our sons with me." Consumed by rage and grief, Maria, in a moment of insanity, took her children to the riverbank one night. In that fit of madness, she threw them into the water so her husband could never take them from her. But immediately, she was filled with remorse. She leaped into the water in a panic to save them, but it was too late. Her grief and guilt was so immense that Maria took her own life. But they say death was not the end of her story. ... From that night on, Maria's spirit was condemned to wander the riverbanks for eternity, searching for her lost children. Her weeping is a warning to all mothers. Take care of your most precious possessions. Now, you might say, this is just a legend. But wait, look at this. Old Mexican newspapers from the 1960s are filled with public reports. People reported seeing a woman in white crying along the Rio Grande. Here's a police report from 1985. 3 eyewitnesses in Ciudad Juarez swore they saw a woman who disappeared into the mist at midnight. They all confirmed one thing. They heard her crying, but don't think the story is just in the past. To this day, in Mexican towns, families warn their children, don't go out at night. If you hear a woman crying, run away. In 2015, an American family in Texas swore they saw a woman in a white dress by the river, reaching her hands out toward them. You know what the terrifying part is? Everyone's description is the same. A tall woman, white dress, black hair, and eyes that are red. Now I ask you, what pain is so great that it can trap a woman's soul for 4 centuries? Psychologists say this story is actually a symbol of the grief of loss, a grief that can trap anyone. Perhaps La Llorona is not just a legend. Perhaps she is a manifestation of that shared pain that exists within all of us. A pain that sometimes grows so large we think it can keep us alive forever. Llorona reminds us that some pains are so great that not even death can end them. The next time you stand by the water and hear the wind, pause for a moment. It might not be the wind, my friend. If you enjoyed this story, rest assured, there are other terrifying tales waiting for you in Mistlands. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next video. Tell me in the comments which legend you want us to cover next. Until next time, be careful of the voices you hear on the wind.
Marcus.
Who's there?
Marcus.